right, Alana banana. So we're gonna start going over the structure to your strength and conditioning program and the reason for everything. So what we're gonna do right now is just look at the structure of it. So what I did is I varied the light, medium, and heavy intensity days and based on the time allowance that you have in the morning. So on Monday, you'll have some trigger point work with the upper body and a quick kettlebell complex. The trigger point work should only take 10 minutes, 10-minute video, and the kettlebell complex can be as long or as short as you want it to. I know I said to shoot for 5 rounds, so that's not that much time. If you have more energy, you can do more, but I'd really try to not do anything more than what I put in there prescribed, because remember, you have another day. Okay, so the next day is a medium day, medium energy, medium intensity. Again, we're gonna be hitting up pull-ups and swings. So you do have 3 main pull-up days. These pull-ups are not that bad. It's a decel, an assisted pull-up. You can use a band or even your own body weight, and some scap hanging variation. So that's to give a good feet kind of baseline to see where you're at, okay? After that, we go into a very light day. We go back to some mobility again. So these are the big mobility points. This is a specific mobility. And even when you finish this 10-minute video, you're gonna go into, again, look, kettlebell. These are very light complexes that are more full body, and again, to be light and to not crush you. These are more restorative, built around these heavy days. Your heaviest day, okay, is the full beginner pull-up workout. That's the toughest workout so far in this series. And again, remember, it might not be tough by itself, but the way that it's structured with all of the days, we look at the cumulative effort at the end of the week. Again, then to back things off, we go back into a cardio mobility routine using some bands. Another light day is the Kettlebell Flow, which you're gonna do in the morning. You're gonna start off with just a simple neck look routine, then a full Kettlebell Flow, and then at night, you'll do a 10-minute, it's called the PM Bodyweight Pigeon. That's to really help you address your hips, your low back, specifically for the low back, and it usually has to do with the internal, external hip rotators, groin, so really help open all that stuff up, and to be done at night specifically for a reason. I really want to pair a long gap between. That's help down-regulate your system to prepare you, again, for that heavy day. All right, so that's why it's systematically, that's why it does take me a couple days to put it all together, because everything feeds into the next. And then remember, this full beginner workout, that you're gonna be sore from your upper body, your chest and your lats. That's why you go back in again that Monday and have the trigger point work and repeat this cycle through. So how the strength and conditioning goes is once a month you'll get a video like this covering the whole workout. How we communicate back and forth on the workouts is through trainer eyes. Just like I've been messaging, hey, what's going on with this, this, and that. What I always recommend you do is read the directions, watch the videos, do the workout, then make your notes. So week to week, I can see what's going on. I get notified every time you work out or you do anything on there, so I see it right away, and I try to respond to everything Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All right, so last but not least, we're gonna go into the nutrition section. The nutrition section is very easy this week. I'm just gonna cut this in half, and we really just are focusing on managing your liquids and having a structure liquid. I cannot coach your macros until I have your liquids nailed down, because your liquids do so many things that could mask themselves as a deficiency or an appetite issue. So I really want to nail liquids first. So the basic stuff is when you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, excrete. So you're gonna spit, pee, poo, whatever, just excrete everything out of your system. You've been dehydrated for 6 to 8 hours, just breathing, respiration that burns calories. We want to get water in your system. So originally I said, just a Scotch thing with Himalayan sea salt. I really like if that just was a morning margarita. So if it's just 4 ounces, half a lime, pinch, teaspoon, I made an adjustment there, teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt. So you get up and you have your morning margarita. If that grosses you out and you do not like that, then just do a teaspoon of salt. If that grosses you out and you do not like that, then just do a full lemon and maybe a little bit of salt. The salt's really important, and that'll come into play later on. After that, you want to do your graminos. Okay, and everybody does this different. A full scoop of greens, 1 scoop of greens, and 1 to 2 scoops of amino acids. Now, if you are training, you're going to want to add a half a scoop of protein, so the Vega protein that you have. So you're going to do a half a scoop of protein, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And that sugar is going to be honey. And you're going to do the sugar part. The only days you're going to add the sugar are your big lift days, which is going to be the pull-up and swing workout, you'll do that. The full beginner pull-up, cardio mobility, and again, full beginner. So you'll be adding that sugar in because you're doing that resistance training. Outside of that, your daily base should always just be the Graminos, and based on what you're doing that day will determine if you're going to need protein or not. So if you're training in the morning or any time you train, you're going to want to add a half a scoop of protein no matter what. The only days you don't add protein is if you're doing, you're always going to add protein from now on. We can always take it out later, but I'd rather put it in right away. And again, the sugar is because you need glucose. The most important thing is protein's like the last thing you need for a workout. The most important thing you need is glucose. You need glucose first. You need sugar first in the system to help free up some fatty acids and all that good stuff. So that's the first thing we want to do. All right. So after that, you want to work on replenishing then the fluids that you lost. So if you're training first thing in the morning, I'm really going to push for you. If you're training in the morning, you need to get in 60 ounces, okay, by 12 or 1 p.m. I give 1 p.m. a stretch if you've got some job conflictions. I know you run that studio in the middle of the day, so again, it might just be, to get that 60 ounces in after that workout and right after you run the studio to cut that point off, whatever time that is. Now, these are the common questions. It's 60 ounces of water by itself. You can use any of the additives, but what I mean by itself is your Graminos don't count, coffee doesn't count, your morning margarita doesn't count, seltzer doesn't count, kombucha, beer, all that stuff. This is just water with additives, or water by itself. So you can, if it's water with cucumbers, water with mint, I don't care, water, but 60 ounces is so low of water so you can just digest. Now, the goal of this is to set up your liquid nutrients. All of this is gonna take time. It's gonna take you about 2 weeks to figure this out. This might be way too much. I might have to take out some days. I might have to take full complete days out. Like cardio mobility just might have to be a long walk day. Like, I don't know where your fitness is at. So again, it's gonna take a little bit of communication back and forth for the next, always ongoing communication so I can figure out your fitness profile. So we'll start working through that. Again, don't jump in and do more. I would just do the exact prescribed amount. Take your time, try to get through the recommended reps, sets, and rest intervals. So once you're finished that, what you're gonna do then is every day, okay, you're just gonna, at the end of it, there's just some notes that you're gonna take every day, just kind of checking what's going on with yourself. So we need to have dialogue with you because at some point, I'm not gonna be your coach, so you need a reference point. So this is the beginning part of your communication sheet with you. We need to operate under the process of discernment. You need to understand the difference between being hungry and thirsty. And some people think they understand that, but they don't. And then we need to weigh, okay, if I get 60 ounces of water in by 12, now how does that affect the rest of your day? We talked about you having that low kind of blood sugar issue around like 2 or 3 o'clock every day, maybe a little bit of a slump. Well, maybe that's just water, and maybe I don't need to adjust your macros. And that's really why we're choosing the water situation first and foremost, because I want to set up the water, because water's the main transporter in our body. It sets off all the electrons, polarizes everything, pushes digestion. If there's not enough water in the body in general, if you've been operating under chronic low dehydration, all of these symptoms that might show up as like low protein or not enough plants or not enough carbs could really just be a water issue. So I really like to start simple. Plus, you've got a lot of brain power to figure this shit out. So I try to make this stuff go easy. So if this is something you're really trying to hammer out, then the nutrition work has got to be easy. So for the next 4 weeks, you'll get 3 more videos, okay, going over your nutrition habit, where your strength stuff you're only going to get. So after the 4 weeks, you won't get any more nutrition stuff. So I'll work as quick as I can those next 3 videos to hammer out just the big levers of your nutrition. And then after that, you'll not get another training videos, or after that, you'll not get another video. So you'll get 4 nutrition videos total. This is the first one. and you will get 3 total strength and conditioning ones. So this one's running a little bit over on time. Usually a lot shorter than this, but I'm kind of cramming like the kickoff of your program, all that stuff. All right, any questions, I'll be texting you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So tomorrow I'll get a text. This is a holiday weekend, so I will touch base with you on Monday, but I won't be doing any work, but I will touch it. If you have any questions, just shoot them in real quick. Again, if I don't answer you right away, I always answer all the texts by the end of the night. Okay, so that's how it works. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I check your PDFs. I'll be keeping in contact with you and telling you what to do. So mull over all the workouts, check it out, and I'll be checking in on you.